You can always view these on our YouTube channel whenever you have a chance. We'll continue to do it weekly, probably through February. But for those who don't know, the library building is open as of today. We're open 10 to 6, Monday through Thursday, and 9 to 5, Friday and Saturday, and 1 to 5 on Sunday. So pretty close to our normal hours. So come on by whenever you like, but we will continue to keep chair yoga virtual for now. But here's Marty, and enjoy your class.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Hey, you guys, welcome. Happy Thursday. Just a couple things I want to point out. If you're here live with us, if you see that little orangish circle with a little box in it, that is our message box. So if anytime during practice you want to say hi, you want to ask a question, feel free to type it in there because then it pops up. Okay. A couple things. If this is your first time, welcome. If it's not, some of the things that we're going to use today as props. Just remember to listen to your body. None of this should hurt. The fact that you're at home and you're in your own space is utilize that. Get comfortable, whether you're doing these exercises in a chair, on your couch. A lot of these can even be done in bed too. So for me, I grab just a nice big, nice little towel. It's just going to help us make our arms longer and give ourselves a little length. My couch is kind of low, so I grab another pillow to sit on top of. Even if you're on, like, say, a desk chair, it's nice to just grab a pillow for that cushion too. It makes it feel a little bit better. Perfect. Did I mention how much I miss all of you guys? Because I do. Okay, perfect. So that gets my hips a little higher than my knees. It's going to ease that tension in my low spine. So really important to find that comfort here and not be building that tension during our practice. Okay, and then I'll have this right here for me when I need it. All right, great. And the nice thing is you can go, these are being recorded, so you can go over these at any time. If you are doing something that you feel like that feels good to your body, maybe want to try more of, by all means, go to the library of these different videos, and you can go back and do the class again. All right, so we'll start off. Just get really comfortable wherever you're at. If it feels good, you can lean back into your chair. Palms can be face up. They can be face down. Take a moment to get any wiggles out of your body. And then when you're ready, we'll take a big cleansing breath together. Breathe out. Full breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Let your body get heavy and relaxed. Let your eyelids get soft. Your jaw muscles relax. Let your tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth. And just notice that breath as it comes in and out. And we'll take another cleansing breath. So breathe out. Full breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Let that exhale completely soften you. Noticing the present moment and how you feel, where your energy's at, where your thoughts are at. Notice what you're cultivating in your mind and in your energy. Noticing every breath as it moves in and out. Feeling those inhales as they create lightness and energy. And those exhales as they create softness and rest. Noticing what parts of your body tend to move more as you breathe. Maybe it's your shoulders. Maybe it's your belly. There's no wrong answer here. Just notice. And just as we stretch our muscles, our calves, our hamstrings, we also stretch our breath. And we make more space. And we create this lightness. Bring both hands to that low belly, so right beneath your belly button. And your next breath in, fill that low belly. Exhale, pull that low belly in. Good. Every breath, fill. And exhale, pull in it. Good. Continue with these breaths here. Nice big breaths. As we move that belly, we help to move that diaphragm up and down our abdomen. And again, we're making room for more breath here. We're creating space. We're waking up our organs. We're relaxing our nervous system, even our cardiovascular system. Two more. Again, move those hands now to that lowest rib. Good. Take a second, really feel it here. And this is great if you really lean back. You can create a little bit more space for yourself if you're not already leaning back. And as you breathe in, fill those ribs. Feel them expand outwards and just let them gently collapse back in. Feel those ribs come outward like fish gills. Even feel that breath in towards your spine. Two more breaths here. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and sit all the way up. We're going to reach our arms all the way up. Big stretch up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands together in front of your center. Breathe out. Got two more of these. Just getting that oxygen pumping through our body. Good, last one here. Perfect. All right, go ahead and open your eyes a little bit. You can sit towards the edge of your seat. Know the back of your seat is always there if you need it. Just make sure that you feel comfortable. So from here, we're going to take that left arm. We're going to reach all the way up. Good. Try to get that left shoulder higher, kind of like we're trying to grab something out of the tallest cabinet in our kitchen. Good. Reach up. Okay, our other hand now is going to come to that low belly, and we're going to breathe here. We're going to breathe as we're reaching. So I want you to feel that low belly go. Fill it, and then exhale, pull it in. Keep reaching, breathe in, fill that low belly, and pull it in. Good. One more time. Reach and fill, and pull it in. Good. Relax that arm. Good. We're going to take that left shoulder and we're just going to roll it here. Good. We're loosening up that whole shoulder girdle here. You can feel that we built a little tension in it as we reached. Go ahead and reverse it. Good. And relax it. We're going to switch arms. Right arm reaches all the way up. Good. Big stretch up like we're trying to reach it high. Perfect. Other hand comes to that low belly. We're going to breathe. Fill that low belly. Exhale, pull that low belly in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. One more time, reach. And pull it in. Good. Release that arm. Same thing. We're going to make big circles. Feel that whole shoulder release here. Reverse that circle. Perfect. Now we're going to grab whatever we chose. It can be anything. It can be a towel. It could be a sock. I think one week I used a dog toy. So whatever is going to make that length between your hands a little bit longer, kind of makes our arms a little bit longer. So we're going to bring it right to shoulder height. You can bring it wider too if it feels better for your shoulders. And we're going to just take that right out in front of us and we're going to go breathe in, reach all the way up. Reach it as high as you can up and back. Good. So your chest comes a little bit forward here. Exhale, release. Nice and gentle, so don't overdo it. Good. Breathe in, reach it up. And exhale. Good. If it feels good here, you can round a little bit. You don't need to though. Same thing. We're working those shoulder girdles here. So if you have any tension there, if you have any pain here, just don't overdo it. Sometimes we get a lot of arthritis in our shoulder girdles. So if this hurts, I wouldn't do it. One more. Breathe in. Good. Perfect. And relax. Good. Wiggle it out a little bit. Whatever feels good. And we're going to bring our arms out nice and wide. We're just going to give ourselves a big hug. Perfect. This also takes those shoulder girdles and kind of, it stretches them out and separates them a little bit. This is all we're going to do here. We're just kind of stretching that tension that we built. So a lot of times it's about building the tension and then it's about releasing that tension. Don't forget to breathe. Remember what arm is on top. And then we're just going to switch it. Perfect. Breathe. 2 more breaths. And release. Perfect. So you can just have that really close by. We're going to bring those knees at least hip distance. You can always bring them wider. The wider they are, the more stability you're going to feel here. So if you do feel like your balance is low, just bring it to where it feels comfortable for you. Hands are going to come on our knees. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to move our spine here. So as we breathe in, we're pulling that belly button forward. Shoulders back. We can look up if it feels good in our neck. You don't have to though. And then exhale, we're going to round. Pull that belly button towards the back of your seats. Shoulders forward. And then inhale, reach that belly forward. Exhale, round. 2 more. Breathe. Good. Last one. Good. Come back to center. Perfect. Roll it out a little bit. Relax it. And then we're going to go into our hips. Now we're going to go into our hips and we're going to come back here a couple times. Our hips are one of the tightest parts on most of our bodies. And these muscles take the longest for us to stretch them out. So we're going to do this now. And then as we practice, we're going to come back to it and see if we've created any space here. So ideally, it's going to be left ankle on top of knee. For a lot of us, we're going to feel that tightness is too much. You can even use your towel. You can straighten that right leg a little bit. Keep a little bit of a bend in the knee. I just don't want you to hurt your knee. And you can hold it this way. You can have it right on your ankle. You could also get it here, stay here for a little bit, and then slowly bend that right knee. Okay. Perfect. Even if it's more comfortable, if you're really tight here, even if it's more comfortable to lean back, and then you can slowly build yourself into stretching here. So we will come back to this at least once today. So be gentle with yourself. Okay. You can feel the amount of tension that you have here for this. So we'll feel it in our back, in our hip, in our butt. This is great for our sciatic nerve. It stretches that big muscle that nerve runs through. And when that muscle is really tense, it kind of causes that nerve to get agitated and stay agitated. So keeping this stretched out is really important to us. When these muscles are really tight, it's what's hard, makes it hard for us sometimes to put our pants on, to pick something off the floor. That and our hamstring. So just see if you can breathe into it. If you start to feel that flexibility, you can lean into it a little bit. Good. And don't be disappointed if this is really tough for you. This just gives you a really clear roadmap of what you should be stretching. So if this is intense, make it less intense. You still want to feel the stretch, but maybe make it your 2021 resolution to do this more often, because you can do it. I mean, we're sitting on our couch, or at least I'm sitting on my couch doing it. Good. You'll feel such a difference in that low back, in your hips. It really will make a big difference. Good. Don't forget to breathe. No holding your breath. Good, and then we'll release that leg, wiggle it out a little bit. Perfect. Now, if you've ever been told like major hip surgery and they told you not to do any outer rotations, I probably wouldn't do these either. Good. All right, we'll switch sides. The side might be completely different. So no, don't worry about it looking the same. Just worry about the intensity feeling the same. This side is way tighter for me than the other side. So I definitely need to be a little more gentle here. And after probably the first 10 to 20 seconds, you start to feel that flexibility, it loosening up a bit. Try to sit up tall and try to breathe. And if you feel flexible here, you can lean into it too. Good, one more breath. Good, and then sit all the way up. Undo those legs, wiggle them out. And then we'll reset. Big breath in, reach up. Just connecting that breath to our movements. Exhale, pull it in. Perfect, 2 more. Last one here. Good. We're going to still work into our legs a little bit. So depending on what you're sitting on, you're just going to have to improvise. So we're going to turn a little bit to the left, or as much to the left as we can. So you can see me, I'm a little limited because I'm on a couch. If you're in a chair that has some pretty big arm, you know what I'm talking about. Drawing a blank there. You're going to be limited too. So maybe it's just turning a little bit here. Okay. And then we're going to take that right leg and we're going to reach it out as much as we can. So I don't know if you can see mine. Good. I know we're limited in amount of the video I'm in for you guys. Good. So for that foot that's on the ground, it could come, you know, you could press it all the way down. The heel could be down. The toes can be up. Whatever's going to feel more comfortable. But know that where your toes are pointing is going to make a big difference in what we're stretching. So maybe play with it a little bit. You don't want to be in the space that feels the easiest, because that might mean you're not stretching something. For most of us, we're going to feel that stretching right off the bat in the inner thigh of that leg. So perfect. This is a really important muscle to stretch. We don't get to stretch it very often, especially women. We're always so keeping our legs together. So this is an important one for us to be stretching for that hip health. Good. Try to sit up tall. Now you can stay here. If this is enough here, stay here. Otherwise, if you sit up nice and tall, you can reach that right hand just a couple inches down, just enough where you feel that stretch here. And then you'll start to feel a little bit of a tug in that top back of that left hip. Good. But if you collapse, you're not going to feel anything. And don't forget to breathe. Good. You can stay here, or if you want to add, reach that left arm all the way up, like you're trying to grab that cookie jar out of that tallest cabinet. Good. Gaze can be wherever feels comfortable. One more breath in, breathe. And release. Good. Come all the way in, wiggle those legs out. And then we're just going to switch. So we're going to turn as much as we can to the right. And then we're going to step that left foot out as much as we can. Good. Oh, this one's so much tighter. So crazy. So again, same thing. Toes can be down. Heel can be down. Toes can be up. Or we can be rolling everything down. And play with it a little bit and see where you're more tight at. Just as long as you're not feeling any pain. And breathe. Sitting up tall. Good. You can stay here, or that left hand can come onto that left knee. And just let it move down a couple inches. Keep that tall posture. Keep that right shoulder back. And breathe. Good. Now we can stay here. We can extend that right arm as high as we can. Keep that tall posture. Don't forget to breathe. Good. And release. Perfect. Come back to. Shake it out a little bit. I know those hips feel a little crazy after that. All right. Let's reset. Feet are going to be hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, sweep our arms up. And exhale and in. 2 more, just like that. Good. Last one. Perfect. We'll give our legs a little bit of a break. We're going to bring them wider than hip distance now. And then we're going to bring that right elbow onto our right thigh. Good. Like we're going to have a serious talk pose. So for most of us, we're probably already feeling this a little bit. If you notice this left hip wants to lift, try to make sure it settles back down to your seat. Good, now we can stay here, or we're gonna reach that left arm all the way up. And then we're gonna try to reach it away from us. Perfect. And while we're here, I want you to try to breathe into that left rib cage. Big breaths. Just 2 more. Oh, 1 more. Good, we'll come all the way up, nice and slow. We're gonna let it out first. And then when we're ready, we'll switch. Left elbow, left thigh. Take a few moments here. Again, make sure that right hip's pressing down. Make sure you have good footing and you're not feeling like you're gonna fall off your chair. Good. And when you're ready, reach that arm all the way up. Try to keep that shoulder almost on top of shoulder. So try not to collapse here. Now, if this is too much on your arm, you could bend your elbow. Good. And then if you want to add to it, reach that arm away from you. Then we're going to breathe into that right rib cage. Big breath, fill it up. 2 more, just like that. Last one, breathe. Good. Come all the way up and wiggle out that body a little bit. Good. From here, we're gonna grab our towel. It's gonna help extend those arms and we're gonna bring it behind us. So very important, if we're really tight in those shoulders and that chest, it's naturally going to want us to come forward. So the wider we can bring our hands, the more space it gives us to not be hunched over, okay? So give yourself as much space as you need. Now for me, just resting everything, my hands, the towel, write it down on my couch too. So no need to be here and to keep your arms lifted, okay? So just keep your arms as straight as you can. And then we're gonna concentrate on stretching that chest out. So we're gonna pull those shoulders back. Pull that chest forward. You really feel it in your chest. Good. And just keep breathing here. Really important, we stretch these muscles out. We use these muscles for everything, for driving, for cooking, cleaning, reading, you name it, we're using them. Especially when we're cold, we like shiver, and these are the muscles that we shiver with. Good, 1 more breath. And release, good. Shake it out a little bit. All right, we're gonna use our towel again to really make our arms longer. So listen to your body on this. If you have any shoulder problems or rotator cuff problems, really limit yourself here. We're gonna take that towel into our left hand. We're gonna go to the edge of it so that it's as long as possible. So you know what, I'm gonna try to go this way so you can see it. So we're gonna lift that arm up above our head. Towel falls behind us. Okay, that right hand is gonna reach for it. Okay, so it'll look just like this or similar. Now, if you feel like you're hunching over here, I want you to try your best to open up. Good. Now here, if you have to slowly move your hands closer together, go for it. Just no collapsing. We want to keep that elbow wide. We want to keep that chest lifted. But don't overdo it for your shoulder. And we also want to try and keep our shoulders even here. At least try and see that you can make it feel even. I know you're not in front of a mirror. And breathe. Just one more breath here. And then we slowly release. Wiggle out those shoulders. Perfect, we'll switch. So now the right hand gets it. Remember, lots of space. So I'm at the edge of it because you can always move your hands in. And then we're gonna take that above our head. And then when we're ready, we're gonna reach that left hand back to grab it. And you can move your hands in if you need it. Try to keep those shoulders level. And try to keep that chest forward, elbow out wide. Perfect. And breathe. Last breath. And then slowly release. Ooh, I'm so tight in the front of my shoulders, my pectoral muscles, so I feel that stretch pretty intensely. But again, another great roadmap if you are really tense there. Okay, just shows me what I should be stretching to feel better in my body. So, perfect. Let me get back onto my seat. Okay, we'll reset. So feet hip distance apart, hands on our knees. We're going to move our spine here to reset. So we're going to breathe that belly forward and exhale round. 2 more. Last one. Good. Sit back up. We're going to try those hips again. So we're going to start with that left ankle on top of our right knee. Good. See if there's any change. They say that this stretch you should probably stay in up 3 to 5 minutes, which is crazy. I would never do that to you. But if we break it up into smaller segments, you're getting those same benefits. So this might feel easier now than it did when we first did it. Okay, so even at home, if you wanted to do these in small fragments, you're going to get a ton of benefits from it. Perfect. Maybe you can lean a little bit further forward here. Just 2 more breaths. And release. Okay, wiggle it out a little bit. And then when you're ready, we'll switch. This one's still going to be my tough one. But it does feel better. It does feel better. So same thing. You can lean forward when you're ready. Just continue to breathe. Last breath. And release. Good. Shake out those legs a little bit. Perfect. We're going to give our ankles and our knees a little love here. So it looks like you can't see my feet. So I'm going to raise my foot up so you can see my foot, but that heel of yours should be right down on the ground. Okay. So heel down, toes pointing up, and then we're just going to flex those toes forward and back, just like that. Good. Perfect. Good. Really point those toes forward. You'll feel those muscles in the front of your ankle really stretch here. And then when you flex those toes back, you'll feel in the back of your leg, your calf, down through your heel. Good. Now we're going to make big circles with our ankle. Lots of creaks and cracks. Try to sit up nice and tall while we're doing this. Reverse those circles. Perfect. Got it. All right, from here, make sure you're on the edge of your seat, or again, make sure you're comfortable. So for me, my couch is kind of digging into the back of my thigh. So I'm just going to move a little bit further forward. Good, perfect. Perfect. So toes point up, little bit of a bend in the knee, just so I'm not hyperextending it. My hands are coming to that left thigh. Now, rather than rolling forward, I just want you to think about that low belly coming into that left thigh. Okay. Because you're going to feel what's going to help create the stretch in the back of that calf here. Not calf, hamstring. Again, another really important muscle that we stretch out. When we can stretch this out, this can make our gait longer. It's a muscle we use to do stairs, to pretty much do a lot of our walking, any kind of our inclines. It's a big muscle that we use to get up off the floor. So if this muscle is too tight, sometimes it restricts us. It can also cause us low back pain too. Good. And if you feel like you create space here, keep on leaning that belly in. Keep that chest lifted. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Come all the way up. Shake out that leg a little bit. We're going to stay with that right leg real quick. Now, depending on where you're sitting, you're going to lean all the way back, and we're going to bring that right knee in with us. Good. Just like that. So again, depending on where you're at, if you feel like you need that length, use your towel. It creates those arms to be longer. Good. So we stay here, but now we're going to open that hip out wide. Good. So good for the mobility of that hip joint, and we're just kind of moving it. Okay, come back in. Use your core here to come back up. Perfect. Good. We'll take the last leg, stick it forward, heel down, toes up, and go ahead and flex those toes back and forth. Sit up tall. Good. Doesn't have to be fast either. You can stay in that flex for a moment to really feel the stretch. Okay. I did a ton of hiking the last couple days in Zion National Park. So my legs are feeling it today. These stretches feel so good. So badly needed. I'm hoping you guys are feeling the same. Good. Now we're going to take those ankles and roll them. Get those creaks and those cracks out. Big circle. Reverse those circles. All right, toes flex up, flex them back, little bend in that knee. Sit up tall, hands on that right thigh, and then we're just gonna lean that low belly in. Oh yeah. And breathe. Feel that stretch. Keep those toes flexing back. Two more breaths. Good. And then come all the way up. Again, lean all the way back. You can bring your towel with you. You don't need to. And hug that knee in and lean all the way back. Good. Perfect. From here, we're going to open up nice and wide. Again, just good for the mobility of that hip joint. Bring that knee back in. Use that core to come back up. Good. Wiggle out those legs. We'll reset. Big breath in, reach up. And exhale, pull it in. Good. Two more. Find your breath and connect it to that movement. Last one. Good. Shake out those arms a little bit. We'll bring those feet at least hip distance. We're going to move that spine again. Breathe in, breathe that belly button forward. Maybe look up. And then exhale, round. Good. Back and forth. We're creating so much space here. Our spine should feel pretty good after this. Just one more. Good. And then release. Perfect. Move into those legs a little bit. So again, depending on what you're sitting on, this is going to, you're just going to have to improvise a little bit. So we're going to turn to the left as much as we can, okay? Depending on what kind of chair you're on. And we're going to take that right leg and we're going to try and reach it back behind us, okay? Perfect. If you're on, say, a couch just like this, this is perfect. You can stay here. Options two, you could bring that leg up. Okay, this is going to make you feel it a lot more intensely. All right, I'll show you both of those options. So we're going to try and send that leg right back. The heel, we're going to try to let it pop up high. You're going to feel that in the front of this hip into this thigh. So you can kind of lean forward to get there, to move that leg back. Try to straighten it and then maybe lift up. Now, if you did the thigh on here, you're getting like a double whammy here. So same thing, lean forward and then lean up. So this would be considered pigeon pose if you were on the floor. So this is very similar to it. Good. Even if this foot was not on the couch like this, it'd be still considered pigeon pose. Good. This is such an important muscle that we stretch. If you start to feel it into your hip, these muscles here get so tight that they pull on the top of it. They attach to the top of our hip, and they will literally pull our hips forward, making that tall posture really hard for us. So good posture sometimes starts with this muscle here. Good, and then we'll release. Good. All right, let's come back to center nice and slow. Wiggle off those legs. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly switch. So just turn as much as you can. Lean forward and then scooch that leg back. Again, try to get that heel high. And then when you're ready, lift up your shoulders on top of your hips. Now again, option to have that Right thigh on. And same thing. Try to get those shoulders back. You want to feel that stretch here. And breathe. We're really stretching out our hips today. Time goes by so quick when you're having fun. It does. One more breath. And then slowly release. Undo. Come back to center. Wiggle out those legs. We'll reset. Big breath in. Reach up. And exhale it in. Just 2 more, just like that. Last one. Good. All right. We're gonna twist our spine a little bit. So feet are hip distance apart, at least, maybe a little wider. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. And then we're gonna bring that left hand, the back of our left hand, to the outside of our right knee, right thigh, whatever feels good. That other hand can come behind you if it feels good. Now again, no rolling forward. Try to keep nice and tall, okay? So wherever you have to move that hand to make it work, if we have short arms, sometimes this is difficult. So sit up nice and tall. We're gonna press that left knee into that left hand and that left hand into that left knee. Good, breathe in, tall. Exhale, twist. Keep pressing them into each other. One more breath. And release. Very weird muscle we stretch here, or we strengthen here when we're pressing. Okay. All right, sit up tall. Right hand, the outside of that left. Press the knee into it and the hand into it. Nice and tall. Breathe in. Exhale, twist. Full breath in. And release. Wiggle out those shoulders. Wiggle out those arms. All right, we'll reset. Big breath in. Reach. Extend. Get tall. And exhale. 2 more, just like that. Slowing it down. Good. Last one. And release. Perfect. We'll give those rotator cuffs a little love. So get those elbows into your sides and then make big circles or small circles here. So if you have any discomfort in these big circles here, make them smaller. This is so good for our rotator cuff. It strengthens and it loosens all of those muscles that make up that rotator cuff. Okay. Again, sit up tall. We'll reverse those circles. Perfect. Good. Keep those elbows into your side. Move those arms, those palms away from each other, and then bring them back in. Nice and slow. Don't use momentum here. Okay. You can feel another part of our rotator cuff stretching here, moving. And again, if there's any discomfort here, just limit yourself. Last one. Good. Now this time, open up your palms really wide. And then we're going to reach those arms all the way up, keeping them as wide as possible. Almost like we're trying to hide them in our view. We're sneaking them by. Stretch it up. And then almost like we're pulling a bar back behind our head. Reach them down. Try to pull those elbows together behind us. Good. A few more of these. Breathe them up. And exhale, pull it down. Perfect. 2 more. Last one. And then release. Shake out those arms a little bit. Perfect. We're going to bring those hands all the way above our head. Okay. I'm going to bring my hands down low just so you can see what I'm doing with my hands. We're going to take a tight little fist and then violently open them up. Good. Keep on doing that right above your head. Now, again, if this hurts, you can always bend your elbows. Here, we're just helping that lymphatic system drain from our fingers. So good for our wrists, for our hands, for our knuckles. Really tires out those arms. We're going to just about be done after that, at least most definitely with our hands and our arms. One more time, and then release. Shake it out a little bit. Doing good. Awesome. So here, we're going to roll our shoulders up, and then exhale them down and back. Okay, bringing them up. And exhale. Just your last one. And release. Good. Shake it out a little bit. I want you to get somewhere comfortable in your seats. So if you're on a couch, feel free to completely lay down here. Again, it's a nice thing that we're in our own spaces. We can do that. So if you want to do your Shavasana, which just means the end of our practice, you want to do it completely laying down, go for it. You want to just get somewhere really comfortable in your seats. Lean back into it, go for it. Palms can be face up, they can be face down. The importance of this pose or this time is just to find somewhere that's comfortable enough for you to fully relax, okay? So just remember that and take some time to get there. It's so important to be able to completely relax here. You know, think about what you need to make this space comfortable. You know, go ahead and close your eyes and even take that time tuning in to say, okay, I got to move my arm. I got to move my leg. And then when you're ready, let those eyelids completely close. Let the skin on your forehead get soft. Let's take a cleansing breath together. Breathe out. Full big breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Just feel yourself slowly come into the space and get soft. Letting your body melt into your chair. And then start to notice where you feel your breath the most. What part of your body moves the most as you breathe? As you relax. With every breath, Let that breath slowly soften you. Let it completely relax you. Notice those inhales, how they feel light and energetic, and how calming and soft those exhales feel. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, letting those little movements get bigger and bigger. And when you're ready, take a nice big stretch wherever you're at. Bring your hands together in front of your hearts, again, wherever you're at. Thank you for sharing this space, this time, and your energy with everyone around you. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you so much, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you ever have any comments or questions or things that you'd like to learn more about or work on, just feel free to reach out, send a little message, your messages in there before or after class, whatever works. Otherwise, I'm so happy we get to do this every week. I wish I've seen your faces, but I know you're there. So have a great one. Talk to you guys next Thursday. Bye.